Today we have a ton of things we need to talk about, so let's just get right into it, starting with the first thing, Warzone being delayed. So if you guys didn't know, Warzone originally was supposed to come out in Season 1 with Black Ops 6. So this is from the code, and it shows that the big map, Warzone 2, which is like the code name for Warzone maps, was listed in the game for Sierra right here. And Sierra is the code name. So we see Season 1 here, Sierra. So this was going to be Verdansk dropping in Season 1. And I guess they just pushed it back because they realized they weren't going to be able to launch it with Black Ops 6. So they pushed it back. Now, granted, the date of the launch is looking like it's March 20th, which is going to be Season 3. But there's rumors that it could actually drop earlier. And that's only because the Call of Duty shop was launching a collection March 10th, the 5th year anniversary of Warzone's launch. So this whole launch is Verdansk based, collection clothing. So they're going to have Verdansk t-shirts, Verdansk bags, so on and so forth. And they'll probably offer some camos that are linked to that merch because that's what they've done in the past. So keep an eye on that because when it drops, you might get some really cool rare stuff like the Royal Tiger that we got way back. Now that being said, we also got a countdown added to the game, which we've seen this before. We saw this back in MW19 when Verdansk was about to release. They put this timer in and we saw it tick down to the final moments where Verdansk was announced. And the trailer was launched for everybody to see on March 9th. So it's very possible that in the coming days we could get this and see it actually launch the same day as this merch drop, which also has a very similar looking timer. So time will only tell, but that's not it for the news. We have a lot coming. And by the way, if you're excited for Verdansk, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button because we're also going to be streaming over on Twitch. All the support we can get for this game is appreciated, especially as we move towards 40,000 subscribers here on YouTube. And, we want to get those partner numbers up over on Twitch. So every viewer is appreciated and every follow is appreciated. Next up for Verdansk, we had a bunch of the POI names leaked. Now you have to remember these aren't all straight up POIs because if you look at the map right now in Warzone, when you go to certain locations, they may not be big name POIs, but they usually have a name up by the compass. So it's very possible some of these are just compass names that you'll see like Block 17 or Block 23. But we have names that are also familiar like Boneyard. Now we have a bunch of the bridges that are around Verdansk. These are not going to be significant POIs. They're just bridges that bring you maybe from hospital to downtown. So keep that in mind as you're reading these. But there is some good ones like Coast, Farmland. We have the Gora Tunnel, which is probably the tunnel that links the actual Virgin area. We call it Virgin Towers to hospital. We also have Prison. We have Verdansk. I don't know what that means. Maybe you guys know. I don't know if it spells something backwards. But we have some things. We also have, obviously Storage Town, Superstore. So familiar names and not so familiar names. But curious to see what you guys think of some of these POIs. I think it's going to be a very nice thing for Verdansk to come back, but I don't know if it's really going to save the game right now because Warzone is in a bad state and they need to do a lot for this to work. But I'm hearing rumblings of the anti-cheat getting better for Warzone, and that starts with this big announcement. And you can see Hoppa made the announcement here that Phantom Overlay is shutting down, which is a big deal. You guys don't know, Phantom Overlay has been the biggest cheat provider next to engine owning, and engine owning is constantly caught. So it's great that this anti-cheat is catching engine owning. They could never catch Phantom Overlay, and now Phantom Overlay is shutting down. Now, they're not saying their exact reason. You know, some people are saying that it's because, you know, he just doesn't want to work on it anymore. I think it's very possible that they got a cease and desist. They finally figured out who the identity is of the person who was running it, which is important for them to do a cease and desist. And so, after he got sold out by whoever sold him out, they said they're shutting down, which, big W, a very big W. Because if this provider can get caught, other ones can. Now, that doesn't mean that the cheating war is over. Because just like, and it might sound dramatic, but the war on drugs and gang violence and everything else, when you take out one group of people that, you know, are the bad seeds, like a drug cartel, right? Usually another drug cartel rises up and takes over the business. So I wouldn't be surprised if Phantom Overlay says they're shutting down, but a bunch of the devs move and open up another cheat provider, or, you know, a smaller cheat provider goes and picks up some of the devs from them and becomes a stronger and better cheat provider. Hopefully this is not the end of the story, that the anti-cheat is so good in season 3 that it continues to catch these cheaters. You know, we've been hearing that story for years now, so fingers are crossed, but I don't have a ton of hope. Now, another big leak is that DMZ is looking like it might return in the near future, because we can see there's unseen DMZ menus added in Season 2 Reloaded, which right here is dog tags with player name, yada, yada, yada. Now, you could say this is kill confirmed, but it looks more like the DMZ menu. So, I don't know. We'll have to see. I know a lot of you guys who are DMZ heads have been, you know, only playing DMZ. This could be big news for you guys. Maybe we'll see DMZ come to Urzikstan. Possibilities are endless, but it's also possible that DMZ goes to a different map. A map that we thought we would see with Warzone, but may not ever come. And that is Avalon. I talked about it in a previous video. Avalon was the Warzone map that was supposed to come on launch with Black Ops 6. And sadly, Treyarch keeps getting the short end of the stick, because they had a Cold War map that was supposed to come for Warzone that was going to be a competitive, you know, Blackout 2 essentially to Warzone. And we were going to go back and forth between battle royales. This is looking like that is not the case, and instead that this map has been canned, according to the Ghost of Hope, who has been a very reliable source. Apparently, Avalon got totally canned and is going to be coming to zombies. I don't know how that's going to work. It's possible that this does come later down the road, but I think it's more possible it got canned completely and might get repurposed for something else, which could make sense for DMZ and also could make sense for zombies. So time will tell. But with Black Ops 6 moving into the next Black Ops Remastered, I don't see it impossible, especially with the rumors that Black Ops, you know, 2 Remastered or Black Ops 2 sequel, whatever they're calling it, is going to have round-based zombies, but also they're bringing back that Modern Warfare 3 large-scale zombies experience. So, time will tell, but I think Avalon may be repurposed for those reasons, DMZ and zombies, instead of ever coming to Warzone, and that makes a ton of sense to me. But I want to know what you guys think down in the comments section. If you found anything interesting in this video, comment down below and let me know what you want to see next, because we got gameplays coming and stuff like that, and I'm very excited for the coming future with Verdansk. Do you think it's going to release on March 10th? Do you think it's March 20th? Do you think it'll get pushed back even further? And I'll see you guys in the next video.